Nigga X about me, nigga X about me, nigga X about me, nigga X.
What's up, y'all? Let's be conscious, and I'm back with another video. Alright, so can we take a second for like skin appreciation? I've been doing the skincare routine. Alright, let's get into it. So, let's talk about second parent adoption and why second parent adoption is so important. Alright, so I'm not even gonna call anybody out without calling myself out, because I have a child and I have a donor conceived child, and my child was born within a marriage, and I am from Maryland. If you peep the accent, you know exactly where I'm from, but I'm gonna just give you the state. I'm from Maryland, and in this state, the laws, you can get second parent adoption, and my state is a little bit more liberal leaning, so I have a lot of rights when it comes to being in a same-sex marriage. I had no issues with signing the birth certificate, my daughter's birth certificate. It does not say mother, but it does say parent. But signing a birth certificate does not always give you the same rights as it would a heterosexual couple, and it does not always give you the same rights as the gestational or biological mom. Let's get into it. Second parent adoption papers and having that law, I'm sorry, not that law, but having that legal paperwork in place protects you on a federal level if the gestational parent unfortunately passes away. For my research, that's basically the difference that I get from it, because most of the time, if you need to enroll your child in school, if you have your ID, you have that birth certificate, you don't need to take a blood test or anything. You can pretty much do anything. You can take your child to the doctors, especially if they're on your insurance as well. You have your ID. You have no issues with that. The main thing that I've gotten with the second parent adoption, well, the main two things. The two D's, the two big D's that we don't want to talk about. Not that big D. I'm fucking with y'all. But divorce and death. We're going to talk about divorce first. Second parent adoption protects the non-gestational parent when it comes to custody agreements and divorce. And that's why it's so important, non-gestational parents, when you decide to have a baby with your wife, your girlfriend, your fiance, your whatever, you want to make sure you have rights in place. That way, if the relationship turned sour and the communication didn't flow as well, y'all already were on the same page and you could take it to court. If you have those paperwork, if you have that paperwork in place, you can take her to court for visitation, and she will legally have to let you see that child. You have nothing to worry about. And let's go on to the other big D, death. If something happened to the gestational parent, and say you had a baby with this woman, and this woman's family were ultra religious, she didn't agree with gay people, but she loved her child, you thought she accepted y'all, the whole relationship, and the gestational parent unfortunately passes away. Would those family members take that child and take that custody and keep you from that baby? That's what second adoption protects you from too, when it comes from death. If you have adopted that child and you have that, even if you don't have a will, even if she doesn't have a will in place, if you have adopted that child as the non-gestational parent, you will have legal rights to that child. Nobody can take that child away from you unless you are maybe deemed unfit. But if you own your shit, you ain't got nothing to worry about. And that's why it matters. I encourage every same-sex couple that has children, whether your name is on a birth certificate or not, to look into second parent adoptions, contact a family lawyer, get that paperwork in place. And every state varies. I'm not going to break down which state does what, but if you are in a liberal state, most likely it's going to be easier and cheaper. If you are in a more conservative state, maybe you need to look at relocating. If you can't relocate because of your job, maybe this is the push you need to go back to school and elevate yourself to be able to travel and maybe relocate, maybe to the next state over or somewhere, or maybe 2-3 hours away where you can still see your family. That's not really a stretch, and legally protect your children. Because when you decide to bring children in this world or step up and be their sole provider, you have a responsibility to make sure that child is taken care of no matter what. We have to do better. We have more information at our fingertips, and we have to do better for our children than, unfortunately, our parents did for us. Let's be safe. Let's be conscious. Let's adopt our kids. I'm out. Peace.
Nigga X about me, nigga X about me, nigga X about me, nigga X.